Hi guys, and welcome to my first video ever. I've been wanting to do this for so long and I finally ran out of excuses as to why to not do it. It's been really nice because a lot of you have been telling me, Jess, you should be a makeup artist. Jess, you should do makeup videos. And it's really nice because I've spent a lot of time and money on makeup. It's definitely my hobby. It's something that I love. And it's just awesome to be able to share it with you. And I've gotten so many of you asking for this, so it's nice that to be able to share my hobby with you. This is actually my fourth time filming because the first two times I couldn't get the camera to focus. I had never used it before. My boyfriend lent it to me, and the third time it came out okay, but my skin was my skin freaked out. I guess I used a new product on my face and my skin didn't like it, and I had a lot of breakouts and it made me really self-conscious. So, this is my fourth time filming. My skin's still not 100%, but, I'm not perfect. And, hopefully you guys still like it and you don't have too many mean things to say. Yeah, this has been my, go-to makeup look for, I'd say, like the past 3 weeks or so. The only exception being the base of my face. I alternate between foundation and BB cream just because it's been really hot out lately. For the sake of this video, I did use my favorite drugstore foundation. Yeah, and I think it came out pretty good. So if you want to see how to achieve this makeup look, then just keep watching. Guys, so I'm fresh out the shower. What we're going to do first is get our hair out of our face. My face is already moisturized. I'm going to go in with primer. I always like to start off with my eyes. I use the Too Faced 24-Hour Shadow Insurance. I got a sample size of this once and I just kind of fell in love with it, and I haven't used anything ever since. And we're just going to put this all over our lids and a little bit underneath our eyes. I apologize for the noise that the camera's making. It keeps trying to focus. This is my first video, and this is my first time using any type of camera, so hopefully I'm not doing too bad. And then I'm also going to prime the face. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. This is the smoothing primer. And I'm just going to put this in my T-zone where my pores are the largest. I'm going to go in with a second primer as well. That step is completely optional. It's just something that I like to do. I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer. This is just a little sample size that I got. And I'm going to put that on the rest of the perimeter of my face. The mirror is right below me in case you see me looking down a lot. And I'm just going to blend that into my skin. This will just, both the eyeshadow primer and the face primer will just ensure that your foundation and your eyeshadow last all day. I think it makes a difference. A lot of people don't, but it's just something that I've been doing for a really long time. So it's like second nature to me. And I've tried a lot of face primers. The Makeup Forever one, I love that one because it does definitely minimize the look of your pores. It is a little pricey though. I think it's like $32. But you do get a big size and it will last you a few months. I don't use it every day, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to use it. I kind of switch up primers a lot just because I own so many. But the Shadow Insurance, the Too Faced Shadow Insurance for my eyes, I always use that one. I had a whole bunch of sample sizes, and then I ran out of the sample sizes, and I bought the big one. Just because I love it. You could also use concealer in place of eyeshadow primer. I don't. It just, putting any type of primer will just give your foundation and your eyeshadow something to adhere to. And I always do the eyes first. And I like to put a base color all over my lid just to make the blending process a little bit easier. I'm going to go in with Flower Child and Charmer from the Tartelette and Bloom palette. That's this color right here and that one. Ooh, sorry. Hopefully I'm not blinding you with this mirror. I'm going to put Flower Child on my lid and Charmer on the top of my eyes. This step is also optional. I just find that it's easier to blend eyeshadows if you do it this way. And this is just a flat, you know, Bare Minerals brush that I've had forever. I don't even know what it's called. Next, I'm going to go in with a big fluffy blending brush. This is from Cala. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. I think it was like $7 or something. It's just nice and fluffy and helps with the blending of the eyeshadow. And I'm going to go in with Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek and put that in the crease. That's this color right here. This is just a nice peachy, orangey color, perfect for spring. Anytime I think of spring or summer, I think of like oranges and pinks and corals, and coral just happens to be one of my favorite colors for the season. So I'm going to put this all over the lid. I'm not really concentrating it on my crease or anything because I'm going to do minimal eyeshadow. For, you know, spring and summer, you want as minimal makeup as possible. I am going to go in with a few transition shades. You would do this as a transition shade and then you would pick a darker one to kind of define your crease some more. But like I said, for this video, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to make it very simple and easy. I'm going to go back to the Tartelette and Bloom palette. I'm going to use Smarty Pants and Sweetheart to just kind of deepen up the transition. I'm going to go in with Smarty Pants first. Smarty Pants is a taupe color and Sweetheart is a pink mauve color. I just feel like this intensifies the orange in the peach smoothie. Now I'm going to go in with Sweetheart. And I am going to go back in with peach smoothie. I'm just going to take a little bit. I'm not taking much on the brush at all. I'm just using it to kind of blend everything together. See, it did intensify the orange. Going back in with peach smoothie now. And I'm just blending these colors together. And you end up getting like a really nice, you know, deep orangey color, which is what we're going for. And you can repeat this step over and over until you get the desired effect that you want. Just make sure you definitely blend everything out. That's very, very important. It's a key step in any type of makeup. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the lid. I'm going to take a flat Real Techniques eyeshadow brush, just like this. And I'm going to go in with the color In the Spotlight by Makeup Geek. That's this shimmery pink coral color right here. And I'm going to plop this all over the lid. I think it's very complementary with the crease color that we created. And it's just nice and shimmery, and it's light, and it's fresh, and it's appropriate for summer and spring. And just build that up until you get the desired effect that you're looking for. And I'm doing packing motions instead of sweeping motions. You get more product on that way. Now we're done with the eyeshadow. For now, we're gonna go back to the eyes at some point. I am gonna go in with liquid eyeliner right now. I'm going to go in with the NYX matte liquid liner. It's just a very black matte liquid liner with a felt tip like this. I guess you call this a felt tip. I'm not really 100% sure. I've tried multiple eyeliners and this one is by far my favorite. It's a drugstore product. I think it's only like $7 or $8 and it stays on all day. It's a very intense black and I love the fact that it doesn't budge, it doesn't smear, like it just literally by far my favorite eyeliner, and trust me, I've owned a lot. If I'm going in with that matte liquid liner by NYX. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just going to align my upper lash line with this. Sorry guys, I always have to get really close when I do liquid liner. And for some reason, it's always harder to do my left eye. I feel like my eyelashes get in the way, I don't know. If you ever have trouble with liquid liner, something I've picked up along the way of doing makeup is it's much easier to have your elbow on a flat surface while you're applying it. It definitely makes the application a lot easier. That's with anything, like if you're filling in your eyebrows. Sorry, I have to get really close for this. The mirror's right below me. Okay, and once you're happy with the eyeliner, it's time to move on to mascara. I can never get my eyeliner even, it's just part of life. Even when I do a wing eyeliner, oh my god. It takes me forever. Okay, I'm going to use this Tarte eyelash curler. I did not buy it. I got this as a gift. You can use any eyelash curler. They pretty much all do the same thing. And I'm just going to go in and curl my lashes. Curling your eyelashes definitely makes a difference. I know it can be scary. I did not like doing this. I didn't actually start curling my eyelashes until like the past year or so. I do have very long eyelashes and they tend to like stick straight out. So it does help keep your eyelashes curled all day. It'll make them look a little bit bigger. I use two mascaras. This is also just personal preference. I just find that this mascara combination works best for me. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. They just came out with a waterproof version of it, but honestly, this one has really good staying power. But I guess for summer, if you want to jump in the pool with some mascara, I guess waterproof would be pretty convenient. And then I use Benefit Roller Lash as well. This one is just really good at separating your lashes and keeping them curled all day, whereas this one provides a lot of volume, makes them look nice and big. I'm going to go in with the roller lash first, and I'm just going to do like a very quick thin coat of this. I remember I used to hate the Better Than Sex mascara, and then I had a friend tell me that that's what she uses, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a try again, and I fell in love. And I bought the full-size one because I had a whole bunch of sample-size ones. I discovered this one from a sample as well, and I went out and bought the big one because I just love this lash combination. I do not wear false eyelashes. I think I've worn fake lashes maybe twice my whole entire life. I'm just not very good at it. And I'm going to go in with like maybe 2 or 3 coats of this one. And I'll probably go in and apply another coat when I'm done with the rest of my face because that's just how I do. Does anybody else make weird faces when they're applying makeup, or is it just me? I wonder. I bet we're all guilty of it. I'm going to very lightly tug on my eye. Seriously, my mascara and my eyebrows probably take me the longest because I'm so picky with how they come out and what they look like. I always spend the most time on my eyes just because that's the best. I feel like that's the best feature of my face, and it's best to enhance your best features. Because believe me, I have flaws. I have a lot of flaws. I have redness and hormonal breakouts on my face right now. It's not cute. But we're going to fix that with foundation. I love mascara. It seriously makes all the difference. These eyelashes always come out better than this one. I don't know why. I'm going to have to go with the roller lash and try and separate those. I have been using a lot of BB creams lately. I've just been using BB creams on my face for work because it's been very hot out. It's less time, but for the sake of this video, I am going to go in with my favorite drugstore foundation of all time. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation, and seriously, this foundation is like $6. And it's awesome. They have They have a matte and poreless, and they have just a regular one. This is not necessarily 100% matte. I feel like it gives more of a satin finish. And I'm in the shade Warm Nude, which is number 128. And the coverage on this is awesome. Like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of videos on this foundation, and then I was helping a friend buy some makeup, and she was telling me how a coworker uses this foundation, and it's awesome. So, of course, the next day, I went and picked some up. It has a yellow undertone, which I have very neutral skin. I could wear a warm undertone, which is more of a pinky color, or a cool undertone, which is more of a yellow, this one's a yellow undertone. But I find that yellow undertones suit me best. And I'm only going to go in with one layer. You don't need a lot of this at all. And I'm going to blend that out with my Real Technique sponge. I have the Beauty Blender and the Real Technique sponge, and seriously, I only use the Real Technique sponge. I never grab my Beauty Blender ever. This is what it looks like. It's a little dirty right now, but it's okay. And I'm just going to tap that foundation into my face. You don't want to swipe with any type of beauty sponge, you just want to dab. I love this foundation so much. I seriously like this foundation better than like my high-end foundation. And it's very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't break me out, and I have very sensitive skin. So if it doesn't break me out, that's definitely a big deal. And I'm just going to drag this a little bit down my neck. I still have some redness and blemishes peeking through, but you want to wear minimal makeup in the summer. And this is pretty full coverage for one layer, so I'm not going to be too picky about it, because it did cover a lot. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with two different concealers. I'm going to go in with a concealer that has more of a pink undertone, and then one with a yellow undertone to brighten. So I'm going to go in with the NYX HD Concealer in the color 03, which is light. This is the one that has more of a salmon undertone, and this just helps conceal dark circles. I'm going to just solely put this concealer under my eyes. And I'm going to blend this out with my Real Technique sponge. My sponges I clean about every 2 days, 2 uses. And my makeup brushes, I try and clean them once a week, but it's more like twice a week. And I'm just going to go in with the pointy side and blend this in. And as you can see, that definitely helps conceal. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser in the color Light. And I'm going to put this underneath my eyes as well and just use this to highlight the face, because we are going to powder contour. And you always want to put your concealer in a triangle shape, not a, half moon shape, like right underneath here, because it makes it look more flawless and natural. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, Cupid's bow, and any places you want to spot conceal. And then we're just going to go back in with our Real Technique sponge and blend this out. To blend this out one more time, and I'm going to use my favorite setting powder of life, which is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It's seriously, it's so worth it. It's a little pricey, but I love it. And I'm going to bake underneath my eyes. This is just going to ensure that your concealer stays all day. The reason I bake is because I wear contacts. My contacts get really dry. I blink a lot, and sometimes I get makeup underneath my eyes by the end of the day. And this, when I do this, it does not happen. It's gonna look a little crazy because I'm putting a lot of powder, but we are going to wipe off the excess. We're just gonna let that sit. I wonder who came up with the term baking. I guess like baking, it's because the heat of your skin will I guess melt the product into your skin. That's my understanding. But I could be wrong. Okay, so we're just gonna let that bake on the skin for a few minutes. And we're gonna move on to the rest of our face. I'm going to use the same powder to set my face. You always want to, if you're using anything liquid, you always want to set it with a powder to ensure that it lasts all day. I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques powder brush. It's just a really big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to set my entire face. I'm gonna bring this down my neck a little bit too. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to contouring. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. As you can see, I've hit pan, but I do have a backup. I'm going to go in with this cool toned brown. It's called Subconscious. And I'm going to use this to chisel out my cheekbones a little bit. And I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques sculpting brush. It's just a very dense angled brush. And if you don't know where your cheekbones are, if you start at the top of your ear and go down, you can either find them that way, or you can do the fishy face and smile at the same time. Just like that. I'm gonna do the fishy face. I'm not gonna do like a crazy contour. It's more about bronzing the skin which we will do next. I'm going to put that same cool tone brown on my temples, the temples of my forehead. I do have a large forehead, so this gives the illusion of a smaller forehead. And also underneath my jawline to conceal my double chin. And for the sake of this video, I never contour my nose, but the leftover product on this brush, I'm just going to do this on the sides of my nose. This is how you would normally contour your nose, but like I said, I never really do. Not that I have the smallest nose in the world, but I don't mind it. So, it is what it is. Next, I'm going to go in with the color Shadow Play, which is this color right here, and I'm going to warm up the skin and bronze the face. I'm just gonna go right where we contoured and above it. You never want to go below it. Do you guys remember the days when we used to put like bronzer all over our faces? I was so guilty of that. It's crazy how much makeup has advanced over the years and like what you can do with it. Like you can contour your boobs to make your boobs look bigger. Like that to me is crazy. I wouldn't want to put makeup on my body. I've seen people like highlight and contour their legs too. Everyone's gone mad. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the excess powder underneath my eyes. It's been sitting long enough. I'm just going to go in with this e.l.f. brush. If I don't bake, I use this brush to apply powder underneath my eyes. See, now it doesn't look so crazy anymore. Next, I'm going to go in with my favorite blush. It's by Milani. It's called Luminoso. It's just a very subtle blush. It's like an orangey coral color, perfect for spring and summer. Like, look how pretty that is. And it's really, really subtle if you're not a big blush fan. And I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm going to put this on the apples of my cheeks and blend this into our bronzer and contour as well. I always smile when I do this. Don't mind me and my weird faces. I'd rather be weird. Normal is boring. See how subtle and pretty that is? I like to put on a lot of blush only because I feel like that's the first thing to fade off your face. So I'm also going to go in with the Tarte blush called Epic. It's just a really pretty coral color. I'm going to use this one as well, just right over top of it. And next I'm going to highlight. I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Glow Kit. This is the Gleam Kit. And the two colors that I mainly use in this kit are Stardust and Crushed Pearl. I'm going to go in with Stardust first, and I'm going to use this Real Techniques Angled Highlighter Brush. And I'm going to highlight the high points of my cheeks, the tip of my nose, down the bridge of my nose, and Cupid's bow. And a little tiny bit, like right above my eyebrows. I like an intense highlight on the cheeks. It just gives the illusion of like a glowy, healthy skin, and I love it. You can intensify it, you can dull it down, it's your preference. I like medium-ish, maybe a little on the intense side. This is just the very high points of your cheekbones. You see that highlight? I love that highlight. I can't help myself. I just love to glow. Like, who doesn't want to glow from within? Now I'm done with that. I should really put that down. I tend to get a little highlighter crazy sometimes. Now I'm going to move on to the eyebrows, which is probably my favorite part. I'm going to use drugstore products. This is what I use on a daily basis. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I have this in the color black because I do have dark brown hair. Don't be fooled though, it's not really black. And I'm just going to outline the bottom of my eyebrows to make them more defined, and also just fill in any little sparse areas. What was life without eyebrows? Like, I look at pictures when I used to not fill in my eyebrows and I'm like, what? I feel like eyebrows sculpt your face. If I had to leave my house with only doing one thing to my face, like if I had to pick anything, it would be my eyebrows. And second would be mascara. I definitely have some sparse hairs on this eyebrow. I stopped getting my eyebrows waxed when I was like 18 because right before prom, the lady at the nail salon completely ruined my eyebrows. And I've been scarred for life ever since, so I just plucked them myself. And if you feel like you put on too much, that's what the spoolie is for. You just go in and you brush this out. It helps distribute the product. I'm also going to go in with the NYX Brow Mascara, the Tinted Brow Mascara. I have the color Espresso. This is just going to give a little more color and just ensure that your brows stay in place all day. I just go in very lightly with this because I am going to go back in with the pencil just to fill in any, just to make them even. And remember, ladies, your eyebrows do not have to be completely symmetrical and perfect. Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. I make mine pretty kind of symmetrical though. This is just how I like it, but don't worry if they're not perfect and if they're not the same shape and size because mine rarely are. Now I'm going to go back in with the pencil and just fix up a little bit. I get really close for this too. This is my favorite eyebrow combination at the moment. I was using the Benefit Gimme Brow. It was a little mascara that had brow fibers in it, but I ran out of it and it's $24. And I wanted to try the NYX brow mascara and I actually like it and I saved myself like a lot of money. I think that was like $7. I'm going to link everything that I'm using down below just so you know how much it is, where to find it. NYX is like my favorite drugstore brand. Ulta carries it. Target has it. And I went to CVS yesterday and they now carry NYX and they carry a lot. More than Target does. So you can find it there. That's awesome. I usually get my NYX stuff at Ulta because sometimes they have sales like buy one get one half off, buy two get one free. They had that promotion. They might still have it going on, the buy two get one free. I totally like stocked up and went ham. Okay, now we're done with that. Okay, now I'm going to move back to the eyes. I'm going to take this e.l.f. contour brush. It's just a really dense little brush. I don't use this to contour. I'm going to use this to put eyeshadow on my lower lash line to give the illusion of eyeliner. I rarely put eyeliner on the bottom of my eyes. Sometimes I do, most times I don't. I'm going to go back into the Tartelette and Bloom palette and I'm going to use the color Leader. It's just like this really pretty deep burgundy, I would say. Now I'm going to go about 3/4 in to my lower lash line. This is just going to give some definition. I'm pretty satisfied with how that turned out, so I'm going to stop here. And I'm going to go back in with the Spotlight color that we put all over our lid and put that on the remainder of the lower lash line. With the same eyeshadow brush that I used. And I'm also going to go over that brown a little bit as well. This is going to add some shimmer. And then I'm going to go in with this small no-name brush. I don't know where I got this from. It's kind of like a flat eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek's Shimma Shimma. It's just this really pretty champagne-y color. I'm going to put this on the inner corners of my eyes to brighten them. And I'm going to highlight the brow bone with this as well. And you can drag this into the spotlight if you would like to. And last but not least, we're going to put some mascara on the bottom of our lashes. I don't go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex. I go in with the roller lash and I put the little tiniest bit on the bottom of my lashes because they are very long and I think it looks weird. So I just go in with the tiniest bit. You don't even have to put mascara on the bottom if you don't want to. We're just going for just some symmetry. All right, I don't go in with too much. Sometimes I go in with more of the Better Than Sex on the top of my lashes, but I actually like how they came out, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. And last but not least, setting spray is very important. It also ensures that your makeup lasts all day. I go in with two. I go in with the MAC Fix Plus first. This will just get rid of any powderiness that you have on your face so it doesn't look cakey, and it's just very refreshing on the skin. I'm just gonna spray this all over. Make sure you close your eyes. And I'm just gonna let that dry. Ooh, sorry. And I also use the NYX matte finishing spray just because I do like a matte finish. I have combination skin, but my skin tends to lean towards the dehydrated, oily side, so I don't want, you know, oil seeping through throughout the day. Okay, so the face is done. Obviously we have some foundation on our lips. We need to wipe this off. But the makeup look is finished. You can either, you know, leave your lips alone once you wipe off the foundation, put on some chapstick, lip gloss, lipstick. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go in with some lipstick. Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm going to use this Jordana lip liner in Baby Berry. Jordana, this brand, it's really cheap. You can find it at Walgreens, or if you go to the beauty store, they have it as well. And I'm just going to line my lips with this. The easiest thing that I find, especially since I don't have a very defined Cupid's bow, is to draw an X first. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm going to outline my lips and also fill them in with a lip liner. It just gives, you know, your lipstick or whatever you want to put over top something to adhere to. Okay. And I'm going to go in with something vibrant and very spring and summery. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color... Where's the color that I want? This isn't the color that I want. This is the color Milan. It's just kind of like a bright pink. And I'm just going to fill in my lips with this. You can, you know, go with a nude color. You can go with a, you know, more corally color, which I just found, which I was looking for. This is the color Ibiza. This is what I wanted to put on. You know what? I'm just gonna mix it. This is more of a coral color. That doesn't look bad mixed together. So this is the finished product. Like I said, this has been my go-to for the past, I would say, 3 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys can utilize it and maybe make it your own, or, you know, feel free to do the exact same thing that I did, because that's the whole point of this. If there's any, you know, requests or anything that you guys would like to see, or, you know, would like me to do a video on, please let me know. I would love to accommodate whatever you guys want to see. I think my next video will probably be my favorite drugstore products, because I know that, you know, makeup can be very expensive, and there are some awesome drugstore alternatives. But like I said, if you have any requests at all, please feel free to let me know, and I will see what I can do. You know, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time.